Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg and our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Welcome to Minnesota, the home court advantage for the Timberwolves here at the Target Center. And the Houston Rockets starting five. Terrence Jones is down low with Howard. Harden and Ariza out on the perimeter. And it's Terry in at the point guard position. Well, the Rockets, wouldn't you say, are really to be commended, Clark, for rebuilding this team without tearing it down to the studs or tanking, if you will.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. I mean, they've improved dramatically with Harden and Howard. But this is a team that's held a winning record in the West now for 8 straight seasons. That's pretty impressive.
It is. Kevin Garnett with the steal. And there's a whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. It's Martin on the wing, guarded by Harden. Garnett with the screen for Wiggins. And Wiggins throws it down hard. It's not possible what we just said. Clark, is that possible?
Not probable, but it is possible, partner.
It's possible. Not probable. It is possible. I don't know what all that meant, but you're right, Clark.
Tries to keep it alive. Out of bounds. Minnesota takes possession. On defense, Houston. Pekovic with a screen on Harden. In the corner, it's Wiggins. And it's good. Wiggins has got his second basket.
Man, the Rockets showed great patience and planning over time, freeing up cap space, acquiring young assets. That enabled them to trade for James Harden and, of course, attract Dwight Howard in free agency, too.
The Timberwolves have gotten their first 3 shots to go in for them to start off this game. Bean passes to Wiggins. Tipped away. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Just 5 to shoot. And it's Martin penetrating. And there's another one for the Timberwolves.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
And there's the whistle. That's going to go on James Harden. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second foul of the first quarter. They're probably going to have to sit him down here to try to avoid number 3.
The Rockets making a switch here. Brewers checked in. And it's Wiggins missing.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
And Brewer kicks to Terry. Dishes to Brewer. Pass to Ariza. Houston needs to get a shot off. Stolen by Martin. He lobs up the alley-oop pass. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
Beautiful work in the transition game.
That's how to do it. Attack early before the defense can get itself set.
Zach LaVine, a bit of a late bloomer. Wasn't a top recruit until he hit a late growth spurt in high school. Now he's a 6'5" combo guard. Came out of UCLA after 1 season. Still a bit unproven, but one of those upside picks because of his athleticism and shooting range.
11 feet away. Can't get it to go. The Rockets go the other way with it. And Brewer gets to Ariza. Terry outside. Wide open look. No good on the shot. A bit long that time.
He's one guy the defense is not afraid to leave open from that range, and for obvious reasons.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Wonderfully instinctive play right there. Sensed just where that rebound was going, and if becomes an easy two for them.
Well, Clark, maybe they've had too many easy buckets tonight.
Well, it's something that needs to change. I mean, they should not be getting all these easy dunks off offensive putbacks.
Now, here's Ariza. Following the miss by Andrew Wiggins. On the wing, Brewer. Ariza goes in. Terry gets to Ariza to stop the drought. And it's good on the layup.
Assist from
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his first foul. Whole new look on the floor for Minnesota. And then for Houston, Joey Dorsey's checked in for Howard. Smith comes in for Terrence Jones. And it's Pablo Prigioni in for Jason Terry. That's good. Muhammad's got himself going there. His first points of the game in the deep ball. Welcome back, folks. We'll see if we're in store for a more tightly contested quarter as we move here into the second. And a look at how the hustle game has been going for the Timberwolves.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught them off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they're doing is forcing a lot of turnovers, and that's helping them get easy points at the other end.
In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. Payne out there with Bennett. And it's Jang in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves.
You know, the Wolves really came up short from where they wanted to be, and you've got to attribute it to the fact that they weren't as good at home as they needed to be.
Here's Harden. Again, the Rockets score.
And the field goal percentage now up over 50%, so the offense coming around.
Yeah, Steve, I think that's a good sign. I mean, they stumbled out of the gates, but looking to regain some ground right now.
Okay, well, let's check in with Doris Burke reporting from our sideline in this game. Doris, take it away.
Guys, as we know, Dwight Howard used to covet the big market. His friend Josh Smith had said he's addicted to being global. And Howard even had people were in my ear about being in a bigger place and bringing more dollars in. Nowadays, it's not about where you play. Unfortunately, I had to learn that lesson in front of the whole world. Kevin?
His image took a hit, Doris, but he's learned from it, obviously. Thanks. Minnesota making a switch here. Martin's checked in. Rockets trailed by 7. Here's Harden. Kevin Martin with the rebound.
You see the defenders get out of his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the bucket, but not that time.
And for the Wolves, they weren't bad at home by any means. They still ended up with 24 wins here.
Yeah, but they were hoping to be up in the 30s like most of the playoff teams were. You know, really it came down to them not playing the high-level defense they needed in order to get wins at home.
James Harden with those rush hour handles, whether it's breaking his man down in isolation or running the pick and roll, he keeps that thing on a string.
Looking at who's out there now for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Gorgie Dan. Garnett comes in for Bennett. Wiggins is checked in for Muhammad. And Levine subbed in for Ricky Rubio. The Rockets also changing it up. Howard's checked in for Dorsey. Jones comes in for Brewer. And it's Terry in for Pablo Prigioni. Pass to Jones. Here's Harden on the wing. The baseline J. Kicks it out to Terry. On the wing, Harden. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. And Harden, the left-hander. Defenders tend to have more trouble, it seems, guys, with softballs.
Well, and especially with Harden because of how crafty he is. He's got that Manu Ginobili Euro move, the change of speed, change of direction, and then the strength. I mean, that's what separates him. He draws contact and seems to just go right through players.
Fades away. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. And now it's only a 5-point Minnesota lead. Outside, Martin. Inside.
Hammer time! Hammer time!
Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying Clark to get back into this game like this.
Yeah, definitely a jam with emphasis. A big apostrophe or exclamation point. How about maybe even a question mark, partner?
Well, you know what the questions are about now. It's their defense, that's for sure.
Trevor Ariza's checked in for Houston. Timberwolves leading by 5. We've got 1:28 left from the first half of basketball. Nice ball movement by Minnesota. Martin dishes to Wiggins. They get it again. Garnett kicks to Levine. Three-pointer, Martin. The shot is off. Good work defensively by Terry.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
We've seen James Harden playing a good game here. He has 11 points, and he's chalked up 1 3-pointer on the day as well.
Now, a lot of times, he's one of those players who can get hot and stay hot from the three-point line. So I look for him to continue to search for shots out there.
The pass to Wiggins. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Here's Terry. A huge slam, the perfect end of the fast break. Savage, that's the way to get some momentum on your side.
Absolutely, those dunks can really have a deflating effect on the defense.
Yeah, especially coming from a guy out of the backcourt. You know, Dwight Howard has started 6 straight All-Star games until last season. The new balloting system with 2 backcourt players and 3 frontcourt players resulted in Blake Griffin and Kevin Love in the starting lineup. Howard felt slighted. He thinks that centers are getting the short end of the stick here.
Payne, he's checked in for the Timberwolves. Terry outside. And it's Ariza in the corner. And right away, they match it with a 3-pointer of their own. Ariza's got 5 now.
How about that for a response?
They will say they can give the 3 as well as they can take the 3. He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Kicks it to Harden. Puts up a 3. And that one's good. And now a 3-point Rocket lead.
What a terrific job to get the release. Perfect that time. I thought it might get blocked or deflected.